Hello. Thank you for coming back and joining us. Welcome back. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musings, broadcasting live, Apple Valley, California, People's Republic of California.
And we're talking space and science and technology today. So
this is a cool one, guys.
Yeah.
So what you're seeing on your screen here is a actual photo of. It's not right. This is not a rendition, right? No, this is from Webb Telescope. It's the planet Uranus, and it shows a lot of Uranus's moons. And the darker ones are the ones closer to Uranus, and the lighter ones are further out. It's got like 28 moons. When I learned this, I was wow. And they found a new one. I don't think they've named it yet, and it's circled there, S2025U1.
Now, haven't we talked about this before? We've talked about something that's...
We talked about the rings around the accretion disk and how one moon of Saturn is like they're locked in a tidal force. I think that's Miranda.
Spinning opposite to what they normally would be, I think.
Right, because they're so close. I think that's Miranda because that's the closest one. But here's all the names. They're pretty cool names. All right, so let's get into it. The James Webb Space Telescope has spotted a tiny hidden moon orbiting Uranus that even Voyager 2 missed during its 1986 flyby. Southwest Research Institute, led by James Webb Space Telescope survey, discovering a previously unknown moon circled here, orbiting Uranus between its satellites Bianca and Ophelia. This image shows the tiny moon designated S2025U1, as well as 13 of the 28 other known moons orbiting the planet. That's crazy. It's amazing that we're still discovering stuff. That is amazing. The small moon Cordelia, orbiting just inside the outermost ring, is not visible here due to glare from the rings. Due to the drastic differences in brightness levels, the image is a composite of 3 different treatments of the data, showing details about the planetary atmosphere, the surrounding rings, and the orbiting moons. Would you like to know more?
Okay, so I got to ask a question. I'm sure it's going to sound stupid to you nerdy scientist people, but the S, I don't know what the S stands for, but obviously the 2025 means that they discovered it this year, right?
S stands for satellite.
Satellite, okay. And then whatever, the U1, I mean...
Probably Uranus.
Uranus, and then maybe it's the first one that they've discovered this year.
Yeah, and it's not named, so...
yeah.
We'll come up with a name, yeah.
Yeah, and believe me, there's some scientists in this story that I'm going to butcher their names, and maybe they should use some of their names because they look like they could be named for a moon. But anyway, here we go. So the newfound satellite, only 6 miles wide, becomes Uranus's 29th known moon and orbits near the planet's inner rings. Its discovery highlights Webb's extraordinary ability to uncover small, faint objects in the outer solar system, while adding a new member to Uranus's Shakespeare-inspired celestial family.
Okay. Now, I didn't know that they were named from Shakespeare. That's pretty cool.
Well, that would definitely knock out some of these guys that are in here because they're not Shakespearean names. So
yeah. Io is definitely not. That's
Greek, right? Is it Greek?
Yeah, that's Greek. Yeah. Scientists from the Southwest Research Institute have used the James Webb Space Telescope to identify a previously unknown moon orbiting Uranus. The discovery, made by a team led by Dr. Marianne L. Muhammad, came from images captured on February 2nd, 2025. With this addition, Uranus is now known to have 29 moons.
So don't you think that would be a cool name for that moon, Muhammad?
Muhammad, yeah, that might be.
I think that would be a cool name. You know, I mean, that other guy that we talked about the other day, he named some critter
after his wife. Yeah.
You know, why couldn't you just Anyway.
Muhammad.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Mariam, or Mariami or whatever her name is, I'm for that. So, all right, here we go. As part of JWST's guest observer program, we found a previously unknown satellite, and this is a quote, by the way, of the ice giant, which has been provisionally designated S2025U1, said El Muhammad, a lead scientist in the SWRI's Solar System Science and Exploration Division in Boulder, Colorado. Going on with the quote, this object, by far the smallest object discovered to date, was detected in a series of 10 long exposures obtained by the near-infrared camera.
That sounds cool.
So 6 miles, that is not very big. I mean, that's almost like a asteroid type thing. So
yeah, almost. 6 miles is like a small island out in the Pacific.
Right.
Uranus, the seventh planet from the sun, lies in the distant reaches of the solar system, often called the sideways planet because of its unusual tilt. Uranus is a cyan-colored ice giant with an atmosphere rich in hydrogen, helium, and methane.
Researchers believe its larger moons are composed of roughly equal amounts of water, ice, and silicate rock. Quote, assuming that the new moon has an albedo comparable to
like a brightness, for
comparable to other nearby satellites, this object is probably around 6 miles or 10 kilometers in diameter. And this is according to El Muhammad. Going on with the quote, it is well below the detection threshold for the Voyager 2 cameras. So, okay.
The only spacecraft ever to visit Uranus is Voyager 2, which made its closest approach on January 24th, 1986, passing within about, that's right near the Challenger, the Challenger explosion. That date. Wow. Right around there.
Passing. Ronald Reagan was the president then.
Yeah. Passing within about 50,000 miles of the planet's upper clouds. During its flyby, Voyager 2 gathered thousands of images that revealed Uranus's ring system and uncovered several small moons, including 10 that were later given official names.
Okay, so I wonder if some of these satellites that they've launched in the last 10 years maybe have got a better quality camera or telescope to where they could pick up these things. Because, I mean, again, both the Voyagers were launched back in the late 70s. So, come a long way since then, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Okay, where am I at here? Uranus is 28 moons?
Yep.
Uranus's 28 moons include 5 major moons. Titania, Oberon, Umbriel, Ariel, and Miranda, discovered between, I find this is bizarre to me, 1787 and 1948.
So cool.
Yeah. I mean, okay. There weren't any telescopes up in the sky then. So these guys must have just been dealing with crude stuff they had, right? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
These were known as the itinerary moons or literary moons. Uranus's satellites are named for characters in Shakespeare, as we talked about earlier, and the works of Alexander Pope. Okay.
The new moon is at the. I got a new slide. Let's get the next slide. Here we go. This slide shows. You can see Uranus at the top right there, and then it shows these different satellite rings. Or rings around Uranus.
Their orbit pattern, right?
Orbit pattern. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's so the new moon is at the edge of Uranus's inner rings. It is located about 35,000 miles from its center in the planet's equatorial plane between the orbits of Ophelia and Bianca. Ophelia is about 13 miles in diameter, very small, while Bianca is an elongated object around 40 by 29 miles in dimension. I wonder if that's probably spinning weird. With so many of Uranus's moons named for Shakespearean characters, our team is getting a lot of culture trying to figure out what to name our new discovery, El Muhammad said. They should call him Muhammad.
Well, I'm not a big Shakespearean guy, but I do recognize some of those names like Puck and Cupid. I can't read some of those, but Ophelia, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's That's pretty cool. But yeah, to look at it from that angle where you can see the different I mean, because normally, again, I'm kind of a simple-minded guy. I'm thinking orbits is a complete circular motion, not oblong like this, you know, egg-shaped or oblong. So that's cool the way they have that lined up like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, great story, cool stuff.
All right,
yeah,
folks.
let's hope that they have some better cameras and ways to pick up these moons and satellites on some of these newer space satellite craft that are going up. So that would really be cool.
Maybe we'll find out some stuff for Pluto. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be cool too.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the afternoon.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.